This is Natalie from Line.Arrow from the Netherlands, and today we are starting the first week challenge of January. I showed you the kits that are part of January challenges yesterday in a separate video. I had a show and tell video with the Verdant ledgers. It comes in US size and also in A4, and Curio cabinet of Remedies, US letter size and also in A4. Both have 30 pages. Huge. It's apps. They are huge, both. But I love them together. You can also work with each one separate. These are part of the challenges, but I also have a set of free papers. And for the first week challenge, I have 10 papers to give away. And the theme for January is a craft today keeps the doctor away. And I don't expect you to do a craft every day. It's just a theme. If you want to, you can, but it's like sort of self-care January and spark creativity. And it's the hashtag is hashtag LDA craft today 26. And as I said, you can create every day something, or at the end of the fourth week, just post everything at the same time. But there will be 3 weeks of challenges. 3 weeks of challenges. The first week starts today. The second week will start next Saturday. So 3 Saturdays on the 10th is the second week, and on the 17th is the third week. The 23rd, we have the fourth week. That is always finishing off every project and post as much as possible in all the hosting Facebook groups. Because besides Line.Arrow, we have 3 groups hosting this month. We have 2 Sister Jam. I will add the link in the Linktree link down below this video, and you can also search for it in the Facebook group. And I have Sophie's Crafty Corner. But I also have April's group. Ooh, now I need to say the name of her group, and I'm sort of like, what's the name of the group again? It's Junk Journal Joy with April, if I'm correct. I am correct. I added her to the hosting Facebook group this month too. We agreed that she would be added, and she said yes. Yes, it's Junk Journal Joy with April Storm. I just was checking it to be sure. So yeah, 3 groups besides Line.Arrow, so 4 groups, which means at the end of the month there will be drawings in each group for 5 prizes, 5 digitals. So you can win, if you win in every group, you can win 4 kits. So that's kind of cool. Like I said, you don't need to purchase the kit, but if you have a kit and enter, so you post something in the Facebook groups using the hashtag LDA Craft Today 26. If you have the kit together with the free papers, or only the kit, or both the kits, it doesn't matter, then your entry will count as 2. So your name will be twice on the name picker wheel. If you only use the free papers that I have only available for free in the Line.Arrow Facebook group, and you post something with that in the hosting groups with the hashtag LDA Craft Today 26, then your post will count as 1 entry. Most of you already know, because I have been doing this for, I think, over 4 or 5 years now. That's the way it always goes. And if you win at the end of the month, you can pick a kit from my Etsy. The only kit you can't pick is the new February papers. So new kits are excluded because they are part of the new challenge, but everything else you can pick. So you could, for instance, work with the free papers, and at the end of the month pick the January challenge papers. That's possible. The kits are on sale with a 30% discount. I also have a huge sale going on at the moment. When you purchase 4 items, you get 40% on the original price. If you purchase 6, you get 50, and if you purchase 10 items, you get 60% off. You don't need to add a coupon. It all will be deducted at the end when you go to checkout. So if you have these 2 kits, but also 2 other kits, then instead of the kits with 30, you will have the kit with a 40% discount. Let's see what the free papers are. They come in A4 size and they also come in US letter size. We have 10 pages, and first I need to show you something about the challenge. Because we are going to create a journal page or planner spread that reflects your self-care goals for January. Now, for some people that is like, I don't like planners. So you just don't do this. I added plenty of other things that you can work with, but I created different planner papers for you to work with. This one has a part of the Verdant ledger in it. This one is my printer does this because it's flipping. I have a new printer, and this is not, I don't know why. I have to cut it down because I have that when I print double-sided. I always have a white edge over here and at the bottom. Well, I just have the printer very new, so I'm learning that I have that. But I have this one, I have this one, and I have this one. You can embellish this, of course. You can ink, you can cut the corners, you can make it more narrow, you can add lace, you can add pockets, whatever you want. You can also just incorporate it in your journal. But if you don't like that, I also have these. And these go very well with any of the papers. So the kits that we are working with in January. So you have these. And then I also have a lot of words reflecting, well, taking care of yourself, things you want to do, things you want to achieve, or just words you just want to put on a tag because you like it. So you have these to work with. I added these on grid paper, so when you cut them out, you don't need to ink, you don't have the stark white paper. And then I also have 3 extra papers with like tags and such things. I have, this one is with tags, and this one has a huge jar and 2 smaller sizes, hardware, labels, butterfly labels, like herbal and nature stuff, and huge labels to put on the jar. Then I have index cards. You can fold these together, or you can also create 4 separate ones. Of course, you can also print like 2 on 1 paper. That's an option too. And for some reason, I printed these twice. I don't know why. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 3 journal pages make 10. So, well, I don't have I have something planned for 2026 for this year for me. I posted that in the Facebook group. That is just trying to surround myself with people that I adore, that I love, that I appreciate, that I respect, and that I know that they do the same way towards me. Which is a very common thing, of course. People always want that. But sometimes in life you learn that is not always how it's going. And for me, it always takes me years to find out that I'm working with a one-way street. And I just keep giving and giving and giving, and then find out, okay, but I'm not receiving anything back. And when I need those people, they are not there. But I do have people in my life that I met through crafting that check all those boxes. They are there for me. I can talk to them. They are there when I'm sad. They are there when I'm happy. They are there when I want to talk about creativity stuff. They are there when I want to talk about so unimportant things in life. Just hang out and have fun. And I am there for them too. I try to support them in their life, in their goals, in their crafting. So I thought, yeah, that is what I need to do in 2026. So I do not have one word or something. So for me, it's very difficult to make a planner about that, a planner page or a collage sheet on your planner. But I just thought, well, let's just think of a way to create a planner and then work with the fun stuff, because I really like these jars. But yeah, the actual challenge is create a page or planner spread that reflects your self-care goals for January. Now, it says page, so if I flip it, I have a page. It's also a planner, by the way. So what I'm going to do, let me see. I need to find one word. I think I will go for kindness. I want kindness. I want to give kindness and I want to receive kindness, which I do. So I'm not complaining that nobody is kind to me. But you know what I mean. In your personal life, you meet people that are sucking the life out of you, and you know it, and you still keep going on with them because you find that their problems are worth helping. The person you want to help out is worth all your energy. But when the tables are turned, sometimes I find myself being alone, facing it all on my own and thinking, why is nobody there for me when I need them? So that's what I faced. I'm just struggling if I'm going to quickly run this through the scan and cut. I am not. I think I want to work with a huge one. I'm just going to cut this one. I'm going to cut the rest off camera, of course. And I'm going to create, well, a planners or a journal spread that reflects my goals for January, which is basically the goal for 2026. So yeah, we started. We kicked off the first week challenge of January. How insane is that? The year just flew by. Oh, this is a very big jar. Let me see. I have several options. I'm going to show you one moment. Because I am really a planner girl. And I used to make traveler's notebooks. This is a leather traveler's notebook I created. I created so many more, but I sold them on a local marketplace over here in the Netherlands. It should be like this. I think, yes. So this is on the front. It is hand stitched. It's black leather. It's soft but not too soft, and it has 4 elastics. It's the Midori or the traveler's notebook style of binding. I have this one. I can create a journal / planner in this one, and I also have a ring bound planner, which I really wanted to have because I have the personal size. I have 4 of these. I have all the sizes. I know I'm completely bonkers, but I absolutely adore these. And I have this one, and they could fit in, of course. It would be something like this, but I'm not sure. if maybe I like the folding. I also have a Zutter Bind It All. It's a binding system where you can bind with a spiral. That's an option too. But I think I will go for the Traveler's Notebook now. So if I still want to put it in a binder and make a hardcover, I can do that later. So, but I have a start. But I also want to add a few of these papers. So I'm going to quickly go through the papers so I have something in here. So I have created 3 signatures, and obviously this one you can print this several times if you want to create a new planner. You can have a whole journal only with these papers and have an actual planner. I will add different papers also in between, but for now this one has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I can put one over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I can add one over here. Where's the planner? I lost the planner. Oh, I think this is the planner. Or not? No. This should be it. Oh, this is one. Sorry. I didn't look very well. So this is going to be the first signature. I actually have 4 signatures, so I can add more later. And you just slide these underneath. Before I always use this as a journal to work from. So I had the papers in, and then I started embellishing the papers, laces and sewing and everything. And then when I was finished, I created the cover. So this is what I got now. So I basically make myself a traveler's notebook. You can also make this on a card box cover if you have a cereal box or something like that. And you create the elastic binding. And I have videos, many videos where I create journals with elastic bindings. By accident, by the way, I printed on very thick paper. I wanted to use only this paper, the thinner piece, but I put the wrong paper in my printer. Yeah, and I didn't want to print again, which was a waste of all the ink and the paper. So that's why it's so heavy. But I'm going to work on this one. Just have a clip over here. And this one out of the way. So I have the jar. This is not the right size label. I don't know what the weather is over at yours, but over here it's really cold. And we had very good weather for the whole month of December actually. Very well. It wasn't feeling like winter at all. But now it's freezing, and I had it was not an accident, but I had to work Wednesday on Old Year's Day, New Year's Day, well, I was home at New Year's Eve, but we call it Old Year's Eve, but Old Year's Day I needed to work. one day, and I went to work, and I took the same way I always do. But it has been freezing, so it was slippery, and I managed to, well, I just drove very, very slowly to be certain I stayed safe, and because they didn't treated the roads so it was not slippery, but it was doable. But at one point I have to go up a hill, and I was going up that hill, and from the other direction a car was driving down, but they come from the area where, well, there was salt on the road, so the ice was melted. So they drove faster. And there was one guy that was surprised, and he started slipping and sliding, and we were just going like this, but he was going like this, so I steered to the left to make sure we didn't hit each other, and he steered to the right. Well, I'm not sure if he steered to the right, he was going to the right, and I ended in on the roads, on the side of the road, and I got stuck over there. He just slippery and slided. Well, he slided down and just drove very, very slow after that. You could tell he was like thinking, oh boy, it's really slippery out here. And yeah, well, not we, he just drove on, and I was standing there, but all the drivers, all the cars from the opposite direction were still sort of coming towards me. So I wasn't in a good spot. I was half down the hill, but every time I tried to drive up the hill, I slided backwards. But when I slide backwards, I was going to the left, and on the left there was a little, well, there was water. And if you drop in the water, you're lost. So it was a very terrible time, I have to tell you. I stood there for over an hour. I tried to call somebody. Nobody came. I have like support when you, well, have your car breakdown. But they said, no, it's not a car breakdown, so we can't help you. So yeah, a long day, and not a long day, a long time waiting, and I was really shaken by it because I was already running late for work. I contacted work and they said, should we worry? I said, well, I'm sort of moving now, because after that my husband came and he parked his car far away from mine. So if he tried to pull up my car up the hill and it would slip and slide, it would not hurt his car. And I'm trying to pull this. I don't know. I have to buy a new one because this one is not. The tip is inside the lid thingy. It's glued down. I never had this. With this one I have. And I'm not sure if I have another one. Well, I do have another one, but that's a smaller one. But anyway, my husband managed to drive my car up the hill, although I was pushing at the back, at the rear end, to get one wheel back on the road, which was actually very stupid of me, because when he started sliding and I was standing over there, he could have hurt me. Not on purpose, of course, but yeah, he managed to take the car out of the ditch. So yeah, that was the whole thing that happened on the day I had to work, the only day I had to work in a couple of 2 weeks. Well, I was a bit shaken after that. I was invited to go live with Tamara from Tamara's from the design team. She has a channel too, or a Facebook page, sorry. But that was on that day. I said, well, maybe I can join you. I'm not certain. I don't know until what time I need to work. But after the whole thing that happened in the morning, I don't know. I was really like, I just wanted to cry all the time. It was kind of silly. I know. I think I'm going to glue this on. I have no idea how I'm going to cut it because obviously I can't see this. Just going to fold it. So yeah, that was my old year's day. And the car was not damaged, only my ego was. But yeah, it was a terrible experience. But I was not, I knew it was a little bit like freezing, but it was, I could drive slow, but I could drive. But the hill, and I went up a hill before, that one, that was even more steep. So, I don't know why. I think it was because I was on the total left side in a ditch of the road. I think that was the issue. But I also was at the point where I thought, okay, maybe I should go to the main road. But when you have to go to the main road and the distance is exactly the same and the same area where you have to drive through as when you drive further to the ferry, yeah, you just think, well, maybe just move ahead because what's the point? It's the same sort of road, slippery and very small, narrow, with water on both sides. So I thought, well, I'm just going to continue and we will see. So I did this. You know, you could also have a jar with all the things you want for January on here. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the label because the label is sort of, although I do like the label, covering up. I'm going to use the label. I also want to use what? I want a floral thing. But like I said, you can skip the whole journal page. You can also make a collage page from the free papers or use the kit papers to create a journal or tags or journal cards or whatever you want. A small folio. This is just, yeah, a guideline. If you want to do it, you can. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. Everything you want to create is allowed. The only thing required is using the right set of papers. With the free papers, 1 entry, and if you want to use the kits, then your post has 2 entries. The papers are on my Facebook group for free, and they will also be on my Ko-Fi page. Nope, it's not the right size. I tried everyone. It's not the right size. But the papers will be for free in Line.mg Facebook group. And they also will be for a small fee on my Ko-Fi. For those of you who don't want to be on Facebook. And because if you're not on Facebook, you obviously can't be a member of the Facebook group. So you do not have access to the free papers. But it's a small fee. And they will be on my Ko-Fi when the challenge starts. It can be a day delayed. That is possible some days. But it will always be there. Each week there will be a new set of papers. And previous papers from previous challenges are over there too. Same goes for the papers in the Facebook group. Every challenge we did, all those papers are still in the Facebook group. And I know there's like a file folder thingy that is a small, you can create a small folio from that with tabs, and that is also something you can really put very well in a planner. Okay, this is going to take a while. If I put it through the scan card, it's not very easy. I think I just need one. I want to add this on the jar. Ooh, don't cut my fingers. I think I want this. Oh, I have more than enough. What was I thinking? You know what? Should have done this. Just going to glue them on. Like so. So. I'm still not sure about the label, to be honest. But I think I will put it on. Yeah. I think I will leave it open on the top so it's kind of a pocket. And I'm also trying to keep it simple. I think I need to, yeah. Okay. And I also want to add a little bit of fabric over here. Do I have fabric? Yes, I have. I also have some jute ribbon. Still in the packaging. It smells terrible. Maybe I should have washed it. I'm going to wash it after I used a little bit. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is not my fabric scissors. I hurt my finger. So, I'm still debating if I'm going to put this one on top and then put this one over here. But maybe also a little cheesecloth. Definitely going to do that. This one I'm going to glue completely on, so I'm not going to turn this one into a pocket. So I'm basically making sort of a tag that is going to be on the journal. I had to, yes. And add the floral. I'm not going to try and overthink. I'm just going to glue it on, and I hope it will be nice. I think it will be nice. So. Because if you think too hard, nothing is ever going to get done, and you also start to doubt about your things. Well, I have that. If I'm doubting, I'm thinking, am I doing it the right way? Should I do it different? Is it cool? Is it not cool? I just glue it on, and then I think, well, whatever happens, happens. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to create something to go in here. I could put a little jar in, but I think for now, I do like my jar already. Do I want to put it on my to-do list? I don't know. I could also turn this into a paper clip. That's fun. Let's do that. Let me get some cardstock. I'm going to take you up just a little. I have this cardstock. I'm going to use this. It comes in, it has 3 colors, and it has 2. Oh, this is tiny. 120 grams and 200 grams. So all 3 colors, but they all come in 2 sort of thicknesses. I'm not sure if I'm saying that the right way. And this is just a paper pad that I purchased at the Action. Now, am I going to add a little edge? No, I am not. Okay, let's find myself a paper clip. Now I have two sizes, but this one is huge. So I'm going for this one. Let me see. Because now obviously I need to create a paper clip. I haven't thought about this. How do I do it? If I do it like so, I also can put on a little dangle. Maybe that's optional. No, I want to cover the whole thing. That looks more pretty. So I'm just going to cut out this jar again. Okay. I want it like so. Get a piece of tape. I have a piece of, this is just regular paper tape, it's nothing special. Going to So and you could create a dangle on here. If you have it on, you can also slide it over here, but if you leave it like that, you can put a little dangle over here. I think that is cute. For instance, I could... Oh, maybe I have a dangle. Wait a minute. Maybe I have a dangle. I have thousands of dangles. I have so many beads and hardware pieces, and I always forget to use it. I need to use things. Also debating if I want to add maybe some trim. Maybe that's nice. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I feel nauseated all day, and I also want to eat. No idea what's wrong. Usually I don't have that. But I woke up feeling like I need to eat, otherwise I will pass out. And I do eat, so no idea why I have that. Do I need to flip it over like so, or leave it like this? I can leave it like this. So it has a dangle. I can even push it more over the paper. And it has a tiny pocket over here. Do I have something to slide in? Let me check. Look, a tiny tag. So yeah, it is simple, but this is my journal planner spread, reflecting my goals for January. Well, throughout the whole year, basically, for me. I think everybody wants to be kind, but I also like to receive kindness. Not that I don't receive kindness, but I explained. Sometimes you spend time with people that, just don't deserve spending time with. Not your time, at least. Because they are so preoccupied with other things. But yeah, I'm just going to flip through the paper so you can see what I did. Like I said, I am going to add more papers in between. I have also a planner piece over here. And you can see those papers really can go very well together. And I do like the Verdant ledgers a lot with all the stamps, and I had so much fun creating. I have a piece of planner over here too. This is also a favorite part. Well, I like all the papers. But like I said, you can print the planner papers many times, so you can actually create a full-size planner. If you create, like 12 or 15, you have a project planner. But yeah, this is the creation for today. I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked the papers. Like I said, for free in Line.arrow for a small fee on my Ko-Fi. Challenges start today. Kids are in the Etsy. 30% off. You don't need to do anything. If you purchase 4, you get 40%. If you purchase 6, you get 50%. And if you purchase 10, you get 60% discount. So if you want to purchase more, that's also possible. The extra sale is until January 14, 15. It depends, because I'm in a different time zone. So on my Etsy it says 15, but maybe it ends in where you live on the 14th, or maybe on your 16th. I don't know. But around, let's say within 2 weeks, it ends. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Like the video, leave a comment. If you're new to the channel, maybe you want to be a subscriber. Also make sure you be a member of all the hosting Facebook groups. And yeah, I'm excited to see your makes. And I hope to see you soon in the next video. Take care. Stay safe, stay creative. Greetings from the Netherlands. Bye bye. Bye.